Welcome to Angel Impact, the official podcast of the Wisconsin River Business Angels. Episode 23, 5 Misconceptions About Angel Investing, Part 1. Hi, my name is Aaron Marks, and I'm here with a new episode of Angel Impact. That's the official podcast of the Wisconsin River Business Angels. And the Wisconsin River Business Angels is Central Wisconsin's only angel investment group. And I'm here with the president of the Wisconsin River Business Angels, or the WRBA, Jeff Ebel. How's it going, Jeff?
It's going great.
Good. And I'm looking forward to the chat we're going to have here. Now, Angel Impact enthusiasts, people who have watched a lot of these episodes, will no doubt notice that there's just two of us today. It's just me and Jeff. And usually we have Leon along for the ride. Leon is the chair. But today's a conversation that Jeff and I are going to have. And I think it's going to be a cool one. And it's going to be 5 misconceptions about angel and equity investing. And this is a great conversation to have with Jeff because Leon is very comfortable with investment and equity investment, which is angel investing is a kind of a subtype of that, and he has been for a long time. And Jeff is newer to the angel investing group, and then also just angel investing in general. And he had to kind of learn about it and put aside some misconceptions that he had and we're going to talk about some of those misconceptions and what that process was like. And I think what's great about this is that a lot of people, and I can speak from experience too, because getting to know Jeff and Leon, I think about angel investing much differently than I did a year ago, which is about when I started working with them, largely because misconceptions like these have been, kind of reformed in my mind, and I see what it's actually like. And there's a lot of reasons for these misconceptions because, I would say culture and media portrays equity investing in a certain way. Would you agree with that, Jeff?
Yes.
I mean, what are some reasons for these misconceptions, that you sort of see?
Well, I think probably more recently, the biggest driver of a lot of misconceptions is Shark Tank.
Okay.
It's popularized equity investing.
Yeah.
There is a lot of very interesting information you can get from that TV show. So I think it's done some service to equity investing. It's exposed a lot of people that probably would never have the opportunity to see that. But that generally isn't real world. Again, It's TV. It's designed to entertain.
And we knew, when we were preparing for this, Shark Tank came up a number of times, and I remember actually when you approached us at Clearly Simple about working with you, helping you get your message out. That was one of the first things that we thought of, was like, oh, are you guys kind of like what happens on Shark Tank? And you were like, yeah, sort of.
We get that all the time. Oh, yeah, kind of like Shark Tank.
Kind of like Shark Tank.
No.
So let's just let's just take Shark Tank right now and say it's a double-edged sword, because like you said, it's been helpful in that it's popularized a lot of the mindset and kind of the mechanics of equity investing, but there's all these these kind of silly contrivances that make it good television that don't really reflect what angel investing is like, right? Or equity investing, in your experience.
In my experience, yes.
Yeah. And I want to stress this is based on Jeff's experience, but the Wisconsin River Business Angels is Jeff's experience. That's his domain, and so this is the kind of experience that you'll get if you're involved with the Wisconsin River Business Angels, or if you become involved with it. So I do want to stress that. But Shark Tank will come up along the road here as we get into this conversation. But yeah, we're going to jump in here. So these are 5 misconceptions that Jeff, and then probably a lot of other people, have had about angel and equity investing, and the actual truth of the matter as he's come to experience it. So Jeff, the first misconception is that equity and angel investors are in it for high returns at any cost. So can you tell us why that's wrong and what the actual truth is?
Well, the thing that's not accurate is the at any cost.
Okay.
Angel investing, because of the risk involved, is they expect high returns to mitigate the risk, which is understandable.
And fair.
But it's not. It's the at any cost that was very inaccurate.
Mhm.
When I first got involved with angel investing and Leon and starting this group, we did a lot of networking. We spent a lot of time down in Madison with the Wisconsin Tech Council. They have 2 annual events that we've attended all of until COVID anyway. The Entrepreneurs Conference, which is the culmination of the Governor's Business Plan Contest, and then the Early Stage Symposium, which is in Madison. Both of those events feature a lot of entrepreneurs pitching their ideas to investors. So those are events where investors and entrepreneurs can get together. They can get to know each other, find out what their business is about, and if it's investable. The people that I met there really changed my mind on exactly who equity investors are.
Mhm.
I found that they are first and foremost interested in economic development, not only in their communities, but also in the state at large. Yes, if they're going to put their hard-earned money at risk, they expect a return. But at least from what I've seen, is that the returns almost seem to be secondary,
Mm.
and that they really enjoy the full contact sport of investing and in starting businesses.
Mhm.
So they love the startup energy. The entrepreneurs are highly charged individuals. They're passionate, and you find the same thing in the investors. And I think any investor that has a high net worth to be able to be an accredited investor probably has experienced that enthusiasm and the passion for a startup, probably in their own venture,
Yeah.
that if they must have been successful if they are high net worth individuals. And I
Yeah.
think that energy level is contagious. And I think they love the arena. They love the challenge of the
Mhm.
startup, the
Mhm.
complexity of it. And the rewards seem to be secondary to that.
Okay. So misconception number 1, equity and angel investors are in it for the high return at any cost. The actual truth is, while they require a high return for the risk that, that they're getting into. The yield is merely one of many motivations, and chief among them is the entrepreneurial energy and the getting into the startups and seeing them succeed, and the economic growth that
Yeah,
creates.
and you can see um, the results of your financial investment. You
Yeah.
can see the results. You know these people, you know the entrepreneurs, and
Yep.
you can actually see the impact that it makes in their communities.
Yeah. Which is one of the ways it's different than a mutual fund, which is another topic
Yeah.
we'll likely explore soon. But yeah, awesome. All right, so misconception number 2. So angel and equity investors, they're by definition high net worth individuals, and the is it the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, has a
Mhm.
very precise definition for for the bar that must pass. But because of that, they're a rarefied elite group. And they're arrogant, egotistical, unapproachable, elitist. That was a misconception you somewhat had going in. And what did you actually find?
The total opposite.
Uh-huh.
I've met some wonderful people that are absolutely committed to the economic development of the state. They are passionate about helping entrepreneurs achieve their dreams of business ownership and of financial success. They are very much approachable. Matter of fact, we collaborate with a lot of the angel groups and the angel investors in the state. If there's an opportunity that looks great, and we'll share the diligence that we've done with them. They share diligence with us.
Mhm.
We'll have discussions about what we think might help that entrepreneur be successful. If it's a connection, if it's building their network, it may be an advisor or 2 that they should probably have on their board that can fill in some of the blind spots that they have.
Mhm.
Blind spots by definition, you don't know you have. But if you
Right.
have someone from outside looking in, you can go, you might want to consider bringing in this type of expertise, at least have it available to you,
Yeah. Yeah.
and use that feedback. So there are a lot of ways that we get involved. And again, I did not find that elitist attitude at all in any of the investors that I've met over the years.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can also say personally, you know, from working with the Wisconsin River Business Angels, I've attended some pitch meetings. I've also interviewed some of the members of the WRBA, to get ideas about the messaging, and I found that to be true as well. They're very gracious, very generous, very gentle, very invested people, and
Mhm.
they're all, yeah, quite lovely. So
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
I've found.
Okay, awesome. All right, misconception number three, kind of related, and I think this one is, largely due to the nature of Shark Tank that we're referring to. Equity investors are hard, unyielding, and looking to embarrass unprepared entrepreneurs. And we think of the nature of that show. It's like it's such good television to see those people crash and burn and just be caught unawares by some hole in their business plan or presentation, something they didn't think through. I mean, I think we all secretly enjoy the Schadenfreude, of watching that happen. And then also uh, the way that they're so aggressive in saying, okay, 60 seconds to consider, this really aggressive deal I'm offering you. So
It's
what have
the
you
train wreck. Everyone's waiting for the train wreck.
and that makes great television. But
It
what
does.
have you found, Jeff, about the actual nature of equity investing in I guess the real world, the non-televised real world?
Well, I can admit that I have been embarrassed. I have been put in that position.
Yeah.
And it was not by investors. It was by people that were in positions that were supposed to help entrepreneurs like myself.
Uh-huh.
I, again, was unprepared to answer some of the questions. They had my information well in advance. They had my information almost a month before the meeting.
Hmm.
And they waited till the meeting to throw these out at me, knowing that I was not in a position to be able to respond to them. They
Yeah.
could have easily contacted me by phone, email, any way at all, and
Yeah.
say, we've got some concerns. Could you please address those?
Mhm.
But they didn't. So I think there are people like that in the world that are there just to gotcha.
Hmm.
We are not, definitely are not one of those groups. Matter of fact, my partner Leon and I we spend a lot of time with entrepreneurs. First meeting is to find out, get some idea of where they are and what we think they need. We will not put any of our entrepreneurs in front of our investors unless they are fully prepared, because we don't want to put them in a position to fail or
Hmm.
to not get approval. You still can't determine the individual investors' interests because they make their own decisions with these investments. But it shouldn't be because weren't prepared. So they prepare themselves. We'll give them feedback on how they present their pitch. We'll look through their financials, their financial projections, if there are questions in there. Matter of fact, we bring in one or two of our investors that might have expertise in the area of the entrepreneur that we're looking at, and we'll ask them to get involved early for the diligence process and come up with those questions, so we can provide actionable feedback to these entrepreneurs so they can improve their plan, their strategy, their presentation, and have a lot higher likelihood of getting their opportunity invested, even if it's not with us.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And
We
that's one of the benefits of having an angel group in the first place, right? Is that you have a wide variety of expertise and
exactly
perspectives.
we
Yeah.
leverage our network. We
Yep.
leverage the expertise that we have for the entrepreneurs. Again, trying to improve their odds of success.
Yeah. Yeah.
De-risking. We de-risk.
Hmm. Yeah. All right, so misconception number 3, equity investors are hard, unyielding, and seeking to embarrass unprepared entrepreneurs, and that is busted.
Yeah.
It's false. Well, maybe not everywhere, maybe not everywhere,
Maybe
but
not everywhere. And there are people that do that. I
yeah,
can't speak for everybody, but that's not the experience that I've had working with the Wisconsin Angel Groups.
right, right. And with the hundreds of investors that you've networked with and crossed paths with. Yeah. All right, well, let's move on to misconception number 4, equity investors are untrustworthy. Thanks for listening to Angel Impact, the official podcast of the Wisconsin River Business Angels. To learn more about the Wisconsin River Business Angels, visit the website at www.midwestwealthventures.com or find us on Facebook.